What's going on, guys? So 5-ton Mitsubishi with 5 zones inside. It's pretty big size, pretty big house. I think maybe 2,600 square feet, something like that. Pretty good size home. So we have one zone that is essentially right inside this wall. It's in a bedroom. And we just went into the crawl space underneath the house here. Branch box is located underneath the house. We pulled electrical from the far side underneath the house, came out to the disconnect over to the unit. All 5 zones are calling right now. It's about 95 degrees outside today. The unit is ramping up and down. I've heard it go up and down a couple times now. So it's a 60,000 BTU outdoor unit. We have 78,000 worth of head units on the inside hooked up to it. And I'll go show you the inside. Here's the living room zone. So it goes down and dives right underneath the house. And there is another zone over here. And then there's actually 2 zones that we ran actually internal. I'll show you those. Alright guys, so here is the living room. This one here is a 2-ton. It is on a Wi-Fi adapter. And this one covers this entire space here. So there's a little room back here that will probably be somewhat of a dining room. And it goes around. It does have a knockout into the kitchen. And so that unit is strategically placed there to throw all the way back here, which I can feel that airflow. And then there is a kitchen here. The kitchen's probably going to be a degree or 2 hotter, as it doesn't really have a direct air passage to over there, but it shouldn't be too different. So let's go in here and we'll take a look at the bedroom number 1. And so we have a 12K here, and this one here has a bathroom off to the side. So and this 12K here, so I have it set to 75 in here, and it is barely blowing. I mean, you probably can't even hear barely blowing. So this is a good example of why you could hook up 78,000 BTUs to a 60,000 BTU outdoor unit. When this unit is ramped down, that capacity is available at other head units. Yes, if you come home and you turn all your units on to maximum, they're all going to be reduced. But in a case like this where the room is satisfied at 75 degrees, it's barely running, then other zones will get that capacity. And we'll go over here and take a look at this other side over here. And now this room here is also has a 12K in it, and it has a little ensuite too. Now this room here is actually getting more sun hitting it, as the roof pitch is essentially like right here above us. And I noticed that this fan here in auto is blowing much faster. And that's because it needs a little more cooling for this room to maintain 75 degrees. So let's look at the 3rd zone. I'm going to pause it just for a minute and make sure the customers are free and clear. Okay guys, and so this is a 6K, and now this unit here essentially just covers a little room here, and it basically goes, there's a little hallway here that goes into a ensuite, and then here is the kitchen. Now we put this one little unit here. It's barely ever going to run, but we needed it because it was really nothing between here and over there that would give us cooling. And so this section would have been pretty hot. Now what we had to do in order to do that was either go through the wall, which I don't like to do, or pop through the bathroom. And so essentially in this case we went down through the bathroom and dove underneath the house. And then I'll show you guys the last zone. Okay, so this is we're back in the little office room. And then you come out here, and so we did the same thing here. The last zone is basically covering a studio per se. And so we dove down underneath the house here, and it covers here. This has got an 18K in it. And this one here we have ramped up. I believe the fan speed is set to high. Let's see. Yeah, so the fan speed's set to high, and they have the temperature at 61 on this unit. So you'll hear a little bit more noise, obviously. It's got a fair amount of velocity coming out of that, nice and cold. And so it is designed because we were on a budget, and so we couldn't put a zone in here like we wanted to. And so we put it there, and it's throwing to the side so that the air is actually rolling into that bedroom. So let's see if I go over here, maybe you could see a little better. So in that location there, if you change the louver, it will throw directly into that bedroom as well as over here. And I expect the bedroom will probably have a little bit of a temperature difference, probably, 3 degrees or so from the rest of the place, just because it doesn't have an opening like it does out here. But it should still cool the place rather well. And here, this zone here probably is, for the most part, it's going to use a fair amount of its load. So that 6,000 BTU that's covering the little office area, that's another part of the unit that's barely going to run, hardly ever. And so when you hook up 78,000, well, there's 6 of it right there that you could pretty much just take off of it. That's going to put you at 72. So you're still over 12,000. But so the primary room, the 2-ton unit, has a Wi-Fi hooked up to it. And so if they are able to maintain that room at anywhere close to a temperature so that the 2-ton is not having its full load, hold on. So as I was saying, if this unit here essentially, say they don't have anything else in the house going, but just this 2-ton unit, right? And they're maintaining 74 degrees in here on a really hot day. The unit's only going to be running at probably 10,000 BTUs, maintaining temp. There's another 14,000 BTUs there that will be transferred over to the other wall-mounted units if they were to be turned on and needed to run at maximum capacity. So that's how we're able to get away with the 78,000 on a 60,000 BTU outdoor unit, is just looking at it in terms of design. How do we keep that diversity available? Which was to add Wi-Fi to this so they can maintain this room. They have animals, so this room right here would be the one that they would run for the animals. And then the 6K that's in the hallway or in the computer room is hardly ever being used. And that means that the 18K in the back room will have its maximum ability. And the 12s, whenever they turn on, if they need a little more oomph, they'll have close to their maximum capacity as well before they ramp down. Which those two are actually oversized for those rooms. They really should have been probably 9s, but we went in with the 12 using our maximum capacities. That way, if they need a little extra, they could use it as long as it isn't needed anywhere else in the home. And so that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.